Pessimism is not just a way of thinking, it is a way of life. In my view, optimists are the real fantasists. They walk around with their heads in the clouds, dreaming of a world where everything magically works out. But we pessimists, we have our feet firmly planted in the dog shit of reality. We know the truth, that the glass isn't just half empty, it's probably chipped and on the verge of breaking. To think otherwise is to deceive oneself with the sweet nothings of hope. The beauty of being a pessimist lies in its practicality. If you expect nothing, then nothing can disappoint you. Imagine the peace of mind. Every day is a surprise when you're braced for disaster. Did the sun come up today? Yes. Well, that means the apocalypse is on hold for another 24 hours. Isn't that just thrilling? The world could end at any moment, and yet here we are, still getting up every morning, not because we believe in a brighter tomorrow, but because we're curious about just how bad today might get. Sarcasm aside, pessimism prepares you for life's little catastrophes. If your car breaks down, if your wife leaves you, or if Greggs runs out of sausage rolls and you can say, I knew it. There's a certain smug satisfaction in that. While the optimists are out there crying over their unexpected setbacks, pessimists are just nodding away, our inner cynics having predicted all of it. We have embraced the inevitability of Murphy's Law and turned it into a personal philosophy. And let's talk about the utter joy of being right. When the world does inevitably go pear-shaped, who's the one with the "I told you so"? That's right, the pessimists. We're not gloating, we're just stating the obvious. It's not schadenfreude, it's validation. We revel in the fact that our grim forecasts often come to pass, not because we wish for disaster, but because we are prepared for it. And when things go wrong, we're not the ones left picking up the pieces of our shattered dreams. We're just picking up the pieces we knew would fall. And in this era of constant news updates about climate change, political turmoil, and the next financial collapse, who better to navigate this mess than someone who's already expecting the worst? We're not shocked by the headlines. We're just waiting for the next bomb to drop. In fact, we've probably already packed an umbrella for the metaphorical storm, while the optimists are still out there, looking for their rainbows. Pessimism gives you a head start on the apocalypse, whether it's in the form of a minor inconvenience or a full-blown crisis. Now let's address the elephant in the room, which is rose-tinted optimism. Seeing the world through rose-coloured glasses is not just naive, it's downright dangerous. It blinds us to real threats, from personal misjudgments to societal disasters. Optimism can make us complacent, leading us to ignore the signs of impending doom, whether it's in our personal lives or on a global scale. The more we paint over the cracks with the brush of positivity, the less prepared we are when those cracks turn into gaping chasms. But here's the thing. Pessimism can be incredibly motivating. When you're convinced that everything is going to hell in a handbasket, you might just find the impetus to do something about it. After all, if you're expecting failure, you might as well try your hardest to prove yourself wrong. It's the ultimate reverse psychology. The dread of doom can spur you into action more effectively than any motivational Facebook quotes. The good thing about pessimism is the drive it gives you to make a dent in the universe, just to say, you see, I did better than I thought. And let's not forget the social aspect. Pessimists are the ones with the witty dark humour. The ones who can cut through the saccharine optimism with a quip that's as sharp as it is true. We're not here to lift spirits. We're here to keep them grounded. And when everything does go wrong, who do you turn to for a reality check? That's right, the pessimist. I embrace pessimism. It's not just a survival tactic, it's a lifestyle. It keeps you grounded, prepared, and somewhat cynical. Pessimism isn't about wallowing in despair. It's about acknowledging the shadows so that when the light does shine, it's all the more appreciated. And remember, if you ever find yourself feeling too down, just think, it could always be worse. And if you're a true pessimist, you know it probably will be. In the end, we pessimists might just be the last ones standing, not because we're tough, but because we've never expected anything else.